What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do another home repair, this time on a dishwasher. My Whirlpool dishwasher is making a very annoying whistling noise whenever the cycle starts, and we'll capture this on video here so you can hear what it sounds like in case you're experiencing the same thing. I'm pretty sure that is the water inlet valve that is the cause of this noise, so I'm going to replace that today, and we're going to check it out and see if we can resolve this annoyance. I ordered my replacement part on Amazon, and I have a link in the video description down below. If you do have a Whirlpool, you can enter in your model number and see if this particular part happens to fit yours. If not, you can search by your model number to find the appropriate part needed to replace your water inlet valve. To find the model number of your dishwasher, you open up the lid here, and you can sometimes find your model number here on the upper side of the door, or otherwise it might be on the inside, on the side panel over here, and this happened to be where my model number was located. You can see here it says MOD for model, followed by the model number. Alright, so let's open this up, take a look at the part. That's what we're going to be working with today. There we go. A couple different parts. And we will walk through the process of installing this and replacing the old one. Alright, this repair is pretty simple. You only need a couple of tools. You need some vice grips and a flathead screwdriver, and that should be it. There is a link to these vice grips down in the video description below if you want to take a look at the particular ones I'm using today. To get started, we're going to remove the kick plate from the base of the dishwasher and remove the old part and install the new. So let's get to it. Alright, first and foremost, we are going to cut power to the dishwasher by turning off the breaker. And then we're going to turn off the water supply from underneath the sink. Alright, so you carefully want to check underneath your sink. What I turned off there was the water supply to the sink. I also have this cold water supply tee right here for the dishwasher itself, so you want to make sure that you also turn that off. Alright, now I really only had to probably pop this one off, but I went ahead and went the safe route and turned everything off. So now let's move on to the next part. I already went ahead and removed the plate from underneath here just by unscrewing it from the left and the right side. And there's a sound dampening pad that is attached to it as well. So I just pulled that out and set that off to the side. If you do want a little bit more room to work with, you may take off the door panel here. You can see right here that overhangs down slightly, and to take that off you'd have to remove all of these individual screws throughout the whole entire outer edge of the dishwasher door. But I'm going to try to go ahead and attempt this repair without doing that, just because that's some extra work that I wish not to go through right at this moment, and it would seem that I have enough clearance to do what I need to do underneath here. Alright, now that our power and our water has been shut off to the dishwasher, I grabbed just an old towel here to soak up any residual water that's going to come out of the water inlet valve as we disconnect it here. So make sure you have something on hand just to catch anything that does happen to drip out. All right, we're gonna get started and use our vice grips here to loosen up this connection. Slide this towel up underneath. Take our vice grips. And we're gonna start to loosen this up. Okay, I do the rest by hand now. A little bit of water in there, not too much, so not too bad. All right, let's move on to the next stage. All right, now that that's been disconnected, I can pull this out a little bit here to give myself a little bit more room to work with. And the replacement part that I got from Amazon did come with the replacement part for that. So I am going to go ahead and use that, although this seal in here does look to be in relatively good shape. It's about 4 years old, so it's kind of hard to tell. So we're just going to go ahead and play it safe and replace this part too. So we're going to do that by loosening things up right here. All right, I'm going to use my smaller pair of vice grips, and I'm going to depress this button here, slide it up and down. Okay. Until I can get the right fit. So I'm not twisting the vice grip, I'm just twisting the 90-degree brass fitting here, okay? So there's the old one. Leak the little water out and we will attach the new one. All right, this end piece here has a little rubber gasket in here, and as you can see, it looks pretty worn out. So I've loosened it, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of here. That looks pretty worn out, so I'm not going to use that. The new part did come with this brass coupler that I'm going to plug into its place instead, so we'll use that to complete the attachment of the new part. Alright, and that part is inside of here, so on the new part, I'm just going to loosen your nut, and inside of there is that brass fitting. So I'm going to take that and place that right on the inside here as such, and then I'm going to take my new part, put it right on top, and then alright, so that was a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, but I did tighten these two up together, and now we're ready to go on to the next step. Alright, again with the power off, still we're going to remove that screw right there so that we can take out the old water inlet valve down here. Now with that part decoupled from the body of the dishwasher, again I'm going to use my vice grips here to loosen up the pipe that's connected by squeezing these parts here, and I'm going to slide that metal bracket down so I can slide that part off of the hose. So take that hose clamp, okay.
What are we doing?
Alright, once that hose clamp is loosened, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to hold on to the hose right here on the end like this.
Yeah, like
Get
this?
a firm grip and then pull it out. Just like that. Okay. Now the next thing is we're going to disconnect the wire. I pulled the water inlet valve out, and to disconnect the wire there's this tab right here. See if I can zoom in on that a little bit for you. There's that tab. You just want to pull it back with your thumb and then lift up and out.
Okay.
Okay, and now you've got your old part out. And Now we're good to
And
replace it.
this staying.
So real quick, they sent me 2 parts. One that has the mounting bracket on it, and one that's just the part itself. So I already have the mounting bracket underneath in there, so I'm just going to set this one aside in case I have this problem again. And the part itself can be detached if necessary, if the bracket is not needed. But since they sent 2, I just will go ahead and use this one. And we're going to take our hose and reattach. Try to do the same thing like I did before with a nice grip on it. Slide it in like so. And then we're going to take our hose clamp and slide it all the way down to the base here. Like that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and place this back up underneath here and take that screw we removed, reinsert it. Get it twisted up. Back underneath here. And see, let me give you a view from underneath here so you can see that it actually does slide into place. See that right there?
Yeah, I see that.
See that?
Yeah, I see that.
There we go. So you can slide it in, and you can see there's the screw hole to match up. There. We slide it in.
Slide in.
And now we'll put our screw back in.
First.
I'll screw that back in now. Alright, I got the screw back in, and this would have been a hell of a lot easier if I had a hex screwdriver. It would have been a lot easier, but I just have a flathead, and sometimes as a do-it-yourselfer, you gotta work with what you got, and I was too lazy to run to the hardware store to pick up a hex screwdriver. So I got it in, and now we're gonna go ahead and reattach the brass fitting to the inlet valve here, and we're going to give her a test. Alright, time to reattach. Be careful not to cross thread.
Okay, I'm not cross thread.
Okay, we'll start it by hand. And we'll finish it off with our vice grip.
I see that.
Alright, so there you have it. I'm going to be careful not to over tighten it. And I think we're ready now to go turn our power on and our water, and we'll give this a test.
Yeah, me too.
Here's our moment of truth. I've got the power back on, turn the water back on, and let's see what we get. Hit the start button on the dishwasher. Okay. Good sign so far. All right.
I got this. I got this.
All right, we hear the water flowing through here, and it actually sounds much better than it did. Way better than it did before. I think this definitely was the source of our whistling problem. And pretty simple, easy repair. Again, this was a do-it-yourself. If you had some of the right tools like a hex screwdriver, the job probably would have gone a little bit faster, but the vice grips definitely are a must. And this is something you can do yourself. Save a ton of money without having to pay a plumber to do it. So good luck in your endeavor in finding the source of your troubles with your dishwasher. If you have any comments, please leave them below and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you everybody for watching.
Bye.
Good job.
Thank you.